What's going on, y'all? Rob Anderson with Clean Power Wash. So this training video, we're gonna cover a bunch of things. So first and foremost, when we're hanging out at my house doing some work here, but want to talk about when we pull up to a house, whether we're pulling straight in or backing in. In this particular situation, we've backed in because we want to pull our hoses out right along the front of this house. We don't want to go all the way back because then we've got either, if we're parked flush with the garage, then we only have about 20 feet that we can pull our hoses out. We wouldn't want to pull our hoses into the neighbor's yard over here. And if we go back to the fence, that's going to be a pain. That's going to be something else that's going to be in our way. There is a slight argument with the amount of fence that we have to do that you could pull all the way in and then kind of angle yourself this way so that your hoses went out towards the Expedition over there. But really, we like this nice big grassy area because that's going to help you clean your hoses off. It gives you plenty of space to walk forwards and backwards. Nothing that we're going to trip on or anything else there. So I'm going to pause and set the tripod up, and then we're going to show you how we'd set up for a house. All right, so now when we get to a job site, the first thing we want to hook up is water. Water is right over there by the corner of the house. Or sorry, I'll switch. Right about there behind the trash can. We're going to pull out our pressure line and we're going to pull out our soap line. Now we pull out our black hose, the water hose, a little bit differently than we do the other two hoses, because ultimately, especially if I was going to go to the spigot on the far side of the house, and if we were doing the entire project, we would definitely want to run two hoses because we're going to have that much time that we're going to be here. We'd want as much water flow as we can get. You will always get more water flow out of two spigots than you will one. It's not going to be double. It's not going to be half. So it is going to give you, if you're getting 6 gallons a minute, you may get another 3 gallons a minute or another 5 gallons a minute. You could find that they have amazing water pressure. You're getting 10 out of one and 7 out of the other, because you are splitting some of the overall pressure for the entire house when doing that. But so I'm going to go ahead and pull the black hose. Now right now, we got a leaky fitting. Every leak is a problem. A leak in your water supply line means you're going to run out of water faster. A leak in your pressure line means that you're going to be cycling your unloader, putting more wear and tear on the belts, putting issues on the actual machine from going up and down on the RPM, messing with the throttle, a whole bunch of things there. Obviously you're losing some pressure, losing some distance. When you have a leak in your soap line, then you're getting soap either on you, or you could have a leak and it's leaking all over the truck or trailer, or it's a leak in somebody's yard and then it's killing the grass and causing issues there. So those are all things that you need to pay attention to. Any leak is a big issue. This is now just dripping from where we had that leak, and we're going to actually be replacing those fittings because they're just not going together right. This one actually is missing its O-ring, but there's some thread issues going on there too. So I'll show you a little bit more up here. There we go. So unlike with the garden hose, where we just took this and walked away, I'm gonna set this end down here by the truck, and then I'm gonna walk away like this. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm not pulling out 200 feet, I'm only gonna pull out 100 feet, and I could have done my pressure hose first, so I would know roughly where I need about distance-wise on the yellow hose. It's easy if we want more, we just pull more off of it. With gray hose, we are limited, it's 100-foot sections. So same thing like the last time, I'm gonna take my ball valve, I'm gonna set that down here by the truck. And hold on 1 second here. Pause for a moment. All right, so again, the main reason why we leave these hoses here, well, a couple reasons. Number one, I only have to walk back 50 feet to pull out 100 feet of hose. I can disconnect it, and sorry, I can keep going. Yes, go ahead. So by doing it this way, what we're doing is we're getting interrupted. All right, so again, the reason why we do this is so that we don't have to walk as far. We're able to pull out 100 feet by only walking 50 feet. We're able to have it nice and stretched out. So that's gonna make it easier for us to move around. So when we go to pull, we've got everything. The other reason why we leave our guns here, we leave the ball valve here, is because when we go to start a machine and then realize, ooh, I forgot to turn the water on, you're not running all the way back after walking out 100 yards or 100 feet to the end of your line. You're not finding out that, you know, oh, I forgot to change this ball valve. No, you know it right there, and you're able to turn your machine off and on right when you need it, right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to doing some priming things. If we were doing this house, we'd already, so we got our water going. We'd want to get our before pictures for company cam and everything. And obviously I've talked to the client, confirmed the scope. We're literally gonna just wash this side of the house, that's it. Hopefully the audio won't be too terribly bad. We're gonna do what we can, but yeah. All right, so now we're going to set up our 12 volt, get our soap line primed. We've got our main valve closed. It's going to our reel. We're gonna flip on the proportion or the 12 volt. Now, regardless of what pump system, whether it's air, 12 volt booster, gas, whatever it may be, you wanna make sure your water's on already on here. So our water stays on all the time unless it's winter time or unless your truck's gonna be staying outside for a long time. I'm gonna open up this valve, keep this on. Looking up here, that line is nice and full of water. We got a good solid stream coming out. I'm gonna open up my bleach line all the way. See, it's nice and clear right now. And about another 3, 2, 1. See how it's turning yellow? Now we got strong bleach mix in it. Turn your soap all the way on. We can see the soap's in the line already. And in just a moment, this will be pink. Okay? See that? All right. Now the fan is running a little bit rough on there right now, but that's it. That's all it takes to prime the proportioner and our 12 volt. So now we don't have a ball valve, or sorry, a J-rod on here. We're just using just a simple, just a simple ball valve. We could be using a poly gun. You could be using one of the banjo guns that they make. This is really, really simple. We've done it where we can use it just literally a garden hose. And on the garden hose, you just change out an attachment here on the ball valve. Then you just put your garden gun, your Gilmore gun onto it, and then you're good to go. So we're gonna move over to the next step, but we put our J-rod in, get our gun onto the turn onto the ball valve and get our wand and everything so we're ready to apply soap and all.